If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles.
Alright, so we're still day 9, but in 1 hour we will be day 10. A lot has happened while the game was bugging and it was difficult for me to record. Some of the maps have now been offline for more than 24 hours. However, some players had access, some players didn't. And with all the commotion on the Discord servers and so on, it was not easy for me to film this map, but I am back. A lot has happened. As I stated before, you have Mexico City, who trusted too much Colombia and who paid the heavy price for it. He has gotten conquered almost immediately. But if it was only that, it would be nothing. There is more here under the radar. What happened is that Mexico City went over here trying to attack West Texas. Now, why was he attacking West Texas? At this moment, I can only guess, because it doesn't make a lot of sense to attack West Texas when you're getting attacked all the way south from Colombia, right? But now, here comes the surprise, alright? This is an international game. So we have players from all over different servers. However, Colombia is a Polish player. So is Mississippi, West Texas, Kansas, East Montana, and Saskatchewan. They have managed, the Polish players, to get connected all the way. But lucky for us, we decided at the start of this game that no right of way or shared maps could be given to players of other coalitions. Well, to give shared maps would be difficult because you can't share maps with players from other coalitions. But you could have given shared maps and then join your coalition, and you would still keep your shared maps with that other player. That being said, this is very shady. Both Saskatchewan, East Montana, Kansas, West Texas, Mississippi, Colombia, they are with 6 of them and they are all in the top 12. This is very concerning. None of these countries here are at war with each other. None of them. There's only one exception, which is Mississippi and Montana. At day 6, 3 days ago, almost 4 days ago, the Mississippi artillery killed accidentally an armored car from West Montana. That was when you remember that here Minnesota didn't capture all his territory back. Both Minnesota and Iowa have been hanging on a thread. Same with Indiana, but it looks like they're not going to last much longer. They are very weakened, and if the 6 Polish players are playing together, which is forbidden but extremely hard to prove if they are in an external Discord chat, we have no in-game evidence that links them all together, but it looks like they might have made arrangements among themselves. I really don't like these games where shady deals are being made all but to win the map. The Players League was simple. It was created for everyone to test their skill. Unfortunately, game operators are not able to create maps with more than 4 teams, so we couldn't create a game with 15 teams, put all the teams at war with each other. It would have been a more straightforward. And now that they only have coalitions, everybody started making deals with their neighbor, pushing the limits further and further, up to the point where we had to even ban North California here and Virginia because we suspected them of account pushing. However, not all players are being dishonorable. We have, for example, Pennsylvania, who is fighting on by himself and is beating players only with his skill. He has beaten back entirely Cuba, who has now abandoned the continent. He has put all his navy together like I suggested, as you might remember. And so now he is more than safe against the naval bombers because all the units are stacked together. He has a lot of hit points now. He still has a 934 hit points. By combining his units, he could heal up his damaged units a bit like this. And now with the 12 cruisers, he has a very high anti-air value. Of course, only the 10 best units fight, so he has now an anti-air value against planes here of 54. That is a lot. I don't think these naval bombers are going to come back anytime soon, because 54, that is only 4 attacks, and then this attack will all be turned into rubble. However, we have Ohio, who has been less lucky during the moment that the game was down. We've got Alabama, who has taken him over almost immediately. And I'm sure that Pennsylvania and Alabama have a non-aggression pact together. It looks like Pennsylvania might move now against India over here. I'm gonna check if they are already at war or not. No, so far he's only at war with Cuba. More and more railroad guns are being made, but only players with Axis Doctrine can put them to very good use as they have a higher range. Ivan is using his tactic of railroad guns with only anti-air, and he uses interceptors to protect them from the air. I don't like fighting with railroad guns. Either I'm too busy in real life and I don't have the time to micromanage, or it's just me not liking these super slow units. Anyway, Arkansas has been sitting here all game. He has his troops all over the border. I don't know what he is doing, but he has big stacks everywhere. Half of them I can't see. There's like, for example, 3 different unit types here. I have no clue what it is. Also here, what is it? Militia? If it was militia, it should be 1 stack, not 3. I have no clue what is happening in this game. And with some players I can only see half of their units, which is pretty much frustrating. Arizona has invested a lot in Air Force. He is wary of Arkansas. However, his whole army is here down south, close to his fellow Polish player. So I'm really not convinced about what is happening here. Is it coincidence? Because I don't believe in coincidence, okay? Where there is smoke, there is fire. Why are none of them at war with each other? Why are some of them like here? They're not even protecting their borders, their cores. It is wide open. I mean, what is that? Why would you do that? Do they trust each other that much because they're all Polish players? Do they only have a non-aggression pact? Or is more going on? I don't know. East Montana has done well. He has almost killed all of Oregon, and now, with the help also a bit of British Columbia. Washington now, however, is done for. He had heavy losses against Saskatchewan and wasn't able to capitalize his losses. Not only that, but like I expected, now Alaska is moving in for the kill. We've got Washington that is now at war with Northwest Territories. Not only that, but we have got here Alaska that is ready to move in. His navy is in place. His air force is in place. This is looking very bad for Washington. Washington has no ID. His whole course are open. He could spot this very easily, but he has his planes on the ground again. Why are even good players making a mistake to have their planes on the ground? This is a fatal mistake. He's gonna get attacked in the back while most of his army is here in the west trying to protect himself against the threat of East Montana. We had Washington and Northwest Territories who attacked Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan survived. Washington attacked now Northwest Territories. Weird stuff is going on this map. Even from observing this map, some of this makes no sense at all to me. But it becomes more and more to see where these power blocks are. West Mexico is surrounded by a Polish tide that is certainly come to wash ashore. Next on the Polish menu will be West Mexico, I guess. And then it is only a question what is going to happen next. We've got only West Mexico, Alaska and Washington who are not Polish players. and then they have most of the map in Polish hands. It is very disappointing to see to what it has become. Backstabbing, backroom deals, even the best players, they use them. Humanity comes above in games like this. Am I being naive, or am I one of the rare gentleman players? Rarely I betray an ally, very rarely. And if I betray an ally, it's because I wanted to attack him in the first place, but due to circumstances I was forced to ally with that player to survive. And even then, when I attack that player, I feel my humanity crumble away, you know.